Tanya, and it's the weekly sketch challenge once again. Gosh, they seem to come around so quickly, don't they? But yes, here I am again, and you would have briefly seen the sketch there. If you want to see it in more detail, please come to the Facebook forum for the Hip Kit Club, and you will find a post there where the sketch is and all sorts of inspiration associated with it to go along, and you can join in and post your layout, and you are up for grabs for a $10 coupon code. And look at me getting all that shop talk out the way. So yeah, I will admit that I was a bit stumped with this project for a bit, because we were given the choice of either doing cards or a layout, and I did cards and they were awful, so I scrapped that idea completely and then opted to go for a layout where I feel more comfortable. I'm not by nature a card maker, but I have been making layouts for many years, so that does come naturally to me. And yes, that gorgeous piece of paper, I decided to, rather than take squares that the sketch had shown, I was going to do, are they arrows or are they chevrons? Not entirely sure, but I do a couple of them all over the page, and I figure that looks really quite nifty. It's slightly different, and well, I liked it, so there we go. And then I got that branding strip on the left hand side just to bring in some pops of colour because of my titles, that lovely hot, is it a hot pink or a hot fuchsia, or I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's hot. And yeah, so then I decided to dive into this flower die cut pack that we got, and there's all sorts of flowers in there and leaves, and I then decided to decorate each of the chevrons with a flower on top and some leaves behind. I did battle slightly to find enough leaves. In the end I made it, but it was touch and go for one, for a little while there, as much as touch and go can get, with a scrapbook layout. But here we go. So it's super fun. I always find these flower die cut packs so easy to work with. You can layer them behind a photo, and it doesn't matter what sort of arrangement you put them in. It always looks good because they're flowers, and flowers always look good together. So there we go, and I do glue it all down off camera. It took a little bit of time. I will say the gluing down of things can be a bit tedious, but you have to do it, otherwise everything falls off the page. So there we go, still putting the leaves behind the chevrons. But yes, going like a Boeing. And the photographs are of my two. They went to the beach. I think they missed sunset actually, because they were putting their makeup on, and it takes rather a long time to do makeup apparently. I have it on good authority that you have to take your time, otherwise you don't look good. So there we go. But anyway, they went down and they took some selfies, as is, the nature of the beast. And yeah, I love them. So, well, I love the kids and the selfies. So anytime they want to take selfies and send them to me, I am more than happy, because then I get scrapbook fodder. So yeah, and on this, these are stickers that we got. They had a lot of dots. So I decided to put them in the middle of the flowers, because then, you got a bit more, you got a different element and a different texture going on the page. And yeah, I thought it was quite cute. And then, I'm not sure if I'm inspired now. Oh, no. First of all, I'm going to place some fun foam on the back of just the one photograph, because I wanted to raise it ever so slightly. And that's actually what's lovely about this foam. I bought it at some cheap store in Cape Town, is that it's pretty thin, so it doesn't elevate things too much. So I was able to still get that together word on there, and it doesn't look, sort of funny, and it all sticks down quite fine. In fact, it stuck down so well I couldn't move it. But then I get the best on there, because, and I do some journaling, and you can see that in the stills and in the layout in the Facebook group. And the journaling is all about how life throws curveballs at you, and it certainly does for my two half the time. And I was just saying how proud I am of the way that they handle them, and then they just throw those curveballs back. So very proud of them. And yeah, and I mean, life does that to us, doesn't it? It's a bit like a roller coaster sometimes, but we hang on for dear life. I love that metaphor, actually. When we went to America way back in 2011, and here I'm just getting some of those stickers behind. That's where I thought I was kind of inspired. When we went to America in 2011, we went to Disneyland towards the end of our trip and Universal Studios, and I discovered a love for roller coasters, actually. Before that, I had always figured that I just wasn't, didn't like them, but no, they're a lot of fun. So there we go. Not that I've been on one since then, and that's a while ago, so maybe I've changed my mind since then. Who knows? I did cut out this butterfly from the die cut things because I wanted 3, and then I discovered I actually had a 3rd one on the puffy sticker sheet there, so that was great. So I got that on, and here I thought I was inspired, because now I'm putting the little pot plants and the flower pots behind those are chipboard that we got, because Jessica just loves plants, and in fact when I showed her the layout, she said, oh, I love the pot plants. So there we go. And yeah, they are chipboard, but I just peeled off most of the backing to make them thinner so that it didn't cause too much stress on my little chevrons. And off camera I do faux stitching around each of them, the chevrons, just to make them pop a little bit more. And I think that is it. So please remember to come and check out the Facebook forum, come join in, and win that $10 coupon code. And all of the details are on the Facebook forum and on the Hip Kit Club blog and website and all of that. So there we go. Here you can see my faux stitching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and like, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, we're going to chat again soon sometime. Bye bye.